Hello everyone, welcome to Smart Investing. Another good day for the market. So we are closing the week on a good day, and it's actually almost the whole week was positive. So you see, if you sold too early during the market crash, then you would actually miss this small rally to quite a decent amount of maybe 14-17% from the bottom, depending on the index you are looking at. And this actually bodes really well because now we are in the middle of the earnings seasons. And next week is the big week for the earnings seasons because you will have all the big tech earnings. We had Google, very good, beat all the measures and all estimates. And actually the stock went up quite a bit. And if the big tech next week actually beat all estimates, so next week and beginning of May beat all the estimate, I think it's a good chance that the market will continue to rally from now, because I think the worst rhetoric, the worst of the tariff talk and negotiation and everything, I think it's done. You can see the headlines much more positive and so on. Even China came down slightly, hinging at they are ready to discuss, and there will not be any winners into the trade war. So we should negotiate. So you see, you just need to be patient and to trust in the future, and then you just have to refocus back to the fundamental of the company you are buying. Today I bought some more Max 7. So like I told you, IDCA during this market crash, I bought right at the bottom, but also I bought when the market goes up at the same time. So I'm using leap options. I have to tell you, leap options they are call options on the long dated note, and they are meant to take some leverage. So usually I take a delta of more or less 90%, 95%. So I got the full upside of the underlyings. There's not too much time value, so I don't lose too much if I roll over the option. And this is a way for me for efficient portfolio management and efficient capital management. So I don't need to invest all the money, all the cash into the long only position. I can just use options and just invest half the money into the leaps. My leaps always take it 50 from the strike. So I have a leverage of 100% on the underlying. So having said that, please subscribe, like, and leave a comment. So let's go straight to the market update. So we start with the usual QQQ. Today the market is up 1.11%, and you can see we actually higher for the first time of the high of the first dead cat bonds, like we call. Dead cat bonds is this one here, when the market went up by almost or above 10% in one day. Actually, it made history, if you remember. So you see, now we are well above the all-time low. We actually 18%, I say 18% from the low. So you see, if you sold back in the low, you are missing 18% already of the rally. And we are how many percent from the all-time high? We are only 14% from all-time high. 14% from all-time high. So can you believe that after all the noise, all the fear that we've never seen for so long, all that for just a downside of 20%, now we are just 14% from all-time high. Just think about that for a few seconds, just to tell you how irrational this fear and the crash has been. Otherwise, the volume still very low but decent compared to history. And we can see RSI is going slightly above 50, which is a bullish sign because the market goes up. The RSI is definitely on the upside, so we have a positive divergence. So this is all good for the market right now. SPY also up higher than the first dead cat bonds high, and we are actually up 14% from the lows, and we are only 11% from all-time highs. So it doesn't take much for we reaching all-time high again. And I think that we will reach all-time high after the earnings. If earnings continue like that, if earnings are continuing to be positive, we're gonna go to all-time high faster than you think. Just trust me. TLT slightly up, but nothing really major. The market is still not convinced the Fed is gonna cut rate. Otherwise, the market would have rallied already much higher than what it is today on the Treasury long dated. What is the good news? We are still seeing the VIX to drop. It dropped today another 6%. It's not nothing, which really showed that the market definitely is becoming more stable and less volatile. We went from 60 to 24, and I told you we probably will reach 23 and a half, 24 by Friday. We are slightly above, but still clearly to the direction of that level. It's still high and elevated if you look from 2024 level and even 2023 level. We are still high compared to history, but we are much lower than the peak of 60. In terms of Max 7 today, good day, another 3%. 3% today. We actually back to the upper band of the first dead cat bonds, right at the same level. And you can see is the first resistance we need to break. I mean, we need to break this resistance of about 48, and then we have the next resistance to 49, which is the 200 moving average. Definitely our side is above 50, which is a good sign of market become slightly positive. Volume has been much higher today than the previous weeks, which also is a good sign. So that means market participants are coming back to the market. NVDA, fantastic company, resisted very strongly to the 100 marks and just bouncing back now clearly above 100. And probably what they're going to do is to wait earnings. Probably going to rally before earnings as usual. Earnings is the 28th of May, so next week. And I wouldn't be surprised the market, or at least NVDA, rally back to all-time high before the earnings. I mean, remember, when we had earnings last time, it rallied just before the earnings. This one also rallied just straight before the earnings rally. So in between earnings, the stock rallied to all-time high before the earnings. I mean, it's really buy the rumor and sell the news for NVDA. Otherwise, all Max 7 positive, including Tesla. Tesla increased by 10% today. I mean, I don't understand Tesla, If you guys understand Tesla, leave me a comment, but I have enough of this stock, Oh my God, this stock is driven just by fanboys and by a lot of promises for the future on the robots, robotaxi, and Optimus, and all this initiative. But I really don't get it because it's highly speculative, and this is the one I like the least onto my Max 7 portfolio. But I have to buy it because it's included in the Max 7, so I stick to the strategy to invest in the 7 biggest company. It's 7 biggest company of the US market. And if Tesla drop from the top 7, then they will be replaced by the next top 7, So it's okay for me. I keep it. Otherwise, overall, very good day. SOFI 5%. SOX another 1%. SOX next target is 200. If we reach the 200 level, then I think we will be good on the SOX. Otherwise, if we look at the economic calendar today, nothing really major. We didn't have any important data, maybe some consumer data, consumer sentiment on the Michigan Consumer Index, slightly higher than expected. Consumer expectation final, the same level. Inflation expectation, 4.4% is the forecast. I mean, nothing really major and important from the economic data. I think what is more important is the next week earnings of the Max 7. Actually, the biggest company and the most important company of the market will start to report earnings next week. And I think next week will be an important week for the market. So if we look now at the headlines, still tariff headline is still dominating the headlines. Trump doubtful on another tariff pose, one China to concession. The President Trump say he believed financial markets were adjusting to his tariff policy, downplaying the volatility that has hit equity and bond market. S&P 500 notches longest winning run since January. Economists say trade war make US recession almost a coin flip. So 50-50. They make me laugh if the recession call, they call it for the last 2-3 years, since actually the crash of the 2022. They call for recession every single year. Every single year, they say recession. Now in 25, we have not seen any recession. And if there is any sign of recession, the rate is so high that Jerome Powell is going to drop it so hard, then the recession will be avoided. But again, Jerome Powell needs to anticipate, not be too late. So that's the thing with Jerome Powell and the Fed. He is always too late on. But anyway, there is still a lot of ammunition to avoid a recession in the US market because the rates are already extremely high compared to Europe or other nations, and we still have we have ample rooms to decrease rates and to stimulate the market by decreasing rate quite meaningfully to avoid a recession or to avoid a deterioration of the job market. Let's go to the market specific headline. The same, S&P 500 notches longest winning streak since January. Same thing, Treasury rally with dollar on sign of easing trade tension. Dollar post the worst first 100 days of presidency since Nixon. Yeah, the dollar has depreciated for sure, but it will recover, Will recover because the theory is interest rate differential. Theory is just like if you have higher interest rate on your currency will appreciate. This is an anomaly. You see the dollar depreciating against the euro. It shouldn't really happen. This is all about speculation and fear and nothing fundamentally driven, Otherwise, we had a good day. Nothing really important in 2 earnings. And I think you should all take a breath and just spend a very nice weekend. So I wish you all a very nice weekend. Don't forget to subscribe, to like, and to leave a comment to help me grow this channel and this community. I will make a lot of change in terms of quality of the channel. I will just try to find a nicer background than my crappy office. I will also try to buy some mic to have a better sound and I try to also have a better haircut and a better presentation. I know that this is important for you to have somebody represent well, so I will make some improvement in this channel, and I hope you're going to follow me, and then you are going to be faithful to follow every day the market and to win into this market together and to go through the tough time together. You will see this tough time, you will laugh in a few months time. You're going to say, hey, remember when we this, and I will just refer you back to my video. Would say this is the bottom when the VIX is at the highest level. This is the bottom. This is the bottom. This is the bottom. You should buy, not panic sell, and you just hold it, and you will be rewarded over the long run. You will see. I will remind you. Don't forget that. Count on me. I will remind you. So have a nice weekend, you all, and take care.